Hi, welcome back to our channel.
In this video, we're going to be talking about Japanese dating culture, especially how Japanese couples meet each other this day and age, and actually some of the ways are not what you'd expect.
So stick to the end and find out the real Japanese culture. Let's start it. Hi, I'm Akina.
Hi, I'm Dustin. We're here with the Japan Questions Answered channel, and actually have my own question for Akina, which is, I've noticed that in Japan in general, it seems like it's kind of difficult for Japanese people to meet each other. Like in the West, if we're interested in someone, we might chat them up in any location, like maybe even in a cafe or in a grocery store, or just you can meet someone many ways. But in Japan, I feel like there's kind of a divide between men and women.
Yeah.
And it seems like people are hesitant to approach someone unless they know them socially or unless they have some, like, quote, reason to talk to that person. So my question for you, Akina, is how do Japanese couples meet?
Well, some very limited people would do chatting up as well, which is called nampa, but it's kind of regarded as a kind of really rare way or kind of even weird way to
It's
meet.
kind of like viewed as a little bit dirty too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like it's kind of like raggedy.
Or like playing around.
But nampa means like hunting basically, right? Or
Well, nampa means like kind of soft guys would do kind of thing.
Okay.
So like a real man wouldn't do it.
oh, really?
Kind of attitude to
That
it.
implies
Right.
that implies the man is soft if he does that.
Yeah.
Really. Because in America or the West, we kind of view that as like a masculine thing to do. Like, oh, that's like a real man. He can go over to a woman he's interested in and just talk to her. But you're saying here it's kind of like
Like not strong enough, like
Wow.
to maybe to go against his will, or like just to be kind of always cool kind of face.
okay.
So it was supposed to be kind of playing around, like flirty thing to do anyway.
Interesting. I guess I've heard that word hunting in relation to that. Maybe hunting is just another word for nampa. Is that right? They use the English words. I've heard people say that. Maybe it's
Could
not
be.
that common. I've heard
Yeah.
people say, oh, hunting.
Well, maybe they try to explain what they're doing to you in English.
Explaining nampa. Okay.
But yeah.
That's not common though, right?
No, it's not common. So it is actually really difficult to meet a new person, especially when it comes to romantic relationship. But there was some traditional ways, and there were some common ways, and there are some new ways. So maybe we can talk about those.
All right, let's start with the traditional ones then, because I'm kind of interested in, the old-timey Japanese styles.
Okay, this is maybe it's kind of you can imagine it, but
Right, you could expect it.
yeah, you can expect it. But there used to be a way to meet people in a arranged marriage. So your parents and the other person's parents know each other, or there is some mutual friend between the parents, then they'll let you meet.
What do you call that in Japanese?
It's called omiai.
Omiai.
Yes.
Now, would they ever do an arranged marriage like that was like financially beneficial as well for one of the families, or?
Sometimes I guess, but the thing is, it's getting really less popular.
I would
actually.
imagine, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any friends who did the omiai actually at all, but it seems like some people still do, and I do know like one or two people who actually got married as an arranged marriage.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, how long ago was it more common? Like, let's say parents' generation. Was it
Yeah.
more common during your
Yeah.
parents' generation?
It depends on the area as well, but it was probably popular around 30 years, 40 years ago.
That's still quite recent.
Yeah, and it was more popular or common in like out of Tokyo area.
That's interesting, actually.
Yeah.
So you have that one, the arranged marriage. Are there any other traditional ways, or is that the end of pretty much the traditional way?
Well, the other cool traditional way is to meet at a job.
Oh, that's a traditional way to do.
It
really.
was kind of a traditional way.
Okay.
And it's called shanai renai, which means like a relationship in a company. So maybe a couple decades ago, females didn't really have too strong job yet. You know, the movement occurred kind of recently anywhere in the earth, on the earth, right?
Yes.
So before the movement, there were many women whose jobs were more to support men or
Yeah.
like higher class people.
Okay.
They would just, you know, bring some teas and do the easy paperwork and stuff.
Okay.
And they were supposed to be like a future partner for those men at the company.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like they, you know, they wouldn't say that obviously, but they were used to be those people, and that's how they would meet as well. But this one is actually getting less popular as well because women these days want to keep their jobs even after marriage or having a baby. So it's kind of controversial if you know, meet a partner at the company, right?
Well, wait a minute. If they met in the previous times, if they met a partner in the company, would that mean that they would just stop working after that?
Yes. They will
Okay.
be a housewife usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in this day and age, women don't want to just marry someone that they're working with and then stop their job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, just meeting someone at the job is kind of awkward anyway.
Yeah, at least in the West, like people often advise against that. I mean, it can work for sure. Like people get married that live together, or sorry, that work together, and it can work. But a lot of people advise against it because if you do break up, it causes a lot of awkwardness at the job. So yeah, I can see why, like in modern society, yeah, people might not want to do that.
So yeah, people try to meet outside of a job or your like really close circle or everyday life. So here comes another way to meet a partner, which is introduction via friend.
Okay. So you would be introduced, like, you would introduce one of your girlfriends to someone you know?
Yeah, so sometimes I might have a guy friend who is asking me like, "Hey, introduce me a girl, please. I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
have a girlfriend," kind of thing, and
Yeah.
I'll like just try to think about what kind of girl he might like,
Same
who is single.
personality.
Yeah, and the thing is, you don't really do you might not do a double date, like just let them know the contact to each other,
okay.
and then so everything happens is. If you give the contact, then that's done really
Okay.
sometimes.
That feels kind of weird, though. I'd rather meet them in person than just give a cold message, but I guess it works, yeah. That's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, old time manual Tinder thing, I guess. It's kind of already merged.
So it's analog Tinder. Got it.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like you already have to exchange your message
Wait.
without swiping.
Would you show pictures to the friend before exchanging details, though?
Depends
Oh.
on the friend.
So you
who's-
might not even show a picture then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actually had some people who wanted to introduce me to some guys before like when I was younger.
Yep.
And it's so awkward because, you know, you never know what kind of person he is.
Okay.
And maybe you don't have the picture yet,
Yeah.
but you kind of exchange messages. Then usually the guy probably, you know, suggests a date. Then you meet. Then it's awkward.
Okay.
So
it's like a double date, but instead it's a single date.
is it called
Just date.
blind date? Is it called a
That's
blind
what it's
date?
called, yeah, blind
Yeah,
date.
it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of like a
forgot
blind date.
Yeah.
So I actually don't know anyone who had a successful relationship after
Okay.
being introduced.
So they have a low success rate.
I think so,
Yeah.
but I don't know. It's just me. But some people do say it's better than the next one, which is Gokon, a matching party.
Okay. This is the one I've been waiting for. I heard about this one. Gokun?
Gokon.
Okay, Gokon.
It's like it's a short of Godo Kompa, and I don't know where it's from, but Godo means like together, and Kompa is short of companion or company, I guess, which basically means a matching up party, and there are two main people who organize the party, one in male side, one in girl side, and they, you know, bring some friends and make a big group, probably like 6 to 10 people.
Yeah.
And they are all meet for the first time usually.
What kind of venue do you meet in? Is it like a restaurant, like an izakaya?
Yeah,
or...
we usually do a Japanese bar, which is called izakaya.
Okay.
And we usually get a course meal, which is kind of cheap, plus bottomless alcohol.
No mihodai.
Yeah, and you get one table for the group. Then usually guys sits one side and girls sits one side. Then it starts from, okay, so let's introduce ourselves. And you say your name, and we'll say what you do, and we'll say what's your hobby.
Yeah.
So you go start like, oh, hi everyone, my name is Akina, and I work for this company, and my hobby is taking pictures, and nice to meet you all. And then you go like, you do this for the whole group.
So you make a public introduction to everyone. Then after that, do you speak to each other one-on-one after that?
No, it's not like
No?
speed dating. It's like still kind of in a group. So you have the meal all together and try
Man.
to eat together.
What if the person you like is on the other side of the table, though? Let's say you're a guy on this end and the girl you like's on the other end.
Don't worry about that. There'll be some occasions that your seats gets exchanged, which we call sekigae.
Yeah, I think I've actually seen that in business work parties where after people get a little tipsy, I guess. I don't know how it is at this one, but at the work parties, people get tipsy and then like they say, oh, I'll be right back. And they go to the other side to talk to someone.
Yeah.
And then someone from that side will take this other person's seat. Is that the same?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there'll be some games too for these Gokon. Like there'll be some sticks of chopsticks in a thing. Then there are some numbers on the end of chopstick.
Yeah.
And there'll be king chopstick as well. And this game is called a game of king or something. And if you get the king one, you can name people to do something. Like number 2 and number 4 will hug each other, kind of thing.
That's
So-
kind of awkward.
Yeah, it's really awkward. I don't think I've ever had the experience. Maybe I did. So it could go, depending on the age, you can do something kind of flirty and kind of more safe thing.
Sounds odd, but you're saying that these probably have an even lower success rate than the previous one you mentioned?
Yeah, it's said
Blind
it's
dates.
lower successful rate, but I do know some people who did get married
Oh,
after
okay.
the matching up
Nice.
person.
Nice one.
Like,
Okay.
they met at the Gokon.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
That's
So, and the other thing is, men are supposed to tend to earn more than girls.
Okay.
They tend to pay more or buy the whole meal.
So if you're a girl, you might be able to game the system, which is to join as many of those as possible, and then get some
free meal.
free in quotes meal, but you have to spend all this time awkwardly.
Yeah, sometimes it's just kind of boring. You might not be in the mood. Maybe the guy is not in the mood. Maybe just the character doesn't really match with the culture.
Yeah, I don't know how it is for Japanese, but for me that sounds like a very unnatural situation. So I'd feel pretty unmotivated unless I was drinking. You did mention it was all you can drink, right? So maybe I would just get wasted.
Yeah, and the cost is usually like around $50 US
Okay.
dollars. So it's
It's not
too
that
cheap,
cheap.
either.
It's not that cheap.
But there is a restaurant called Aisekia, which is kind of similar to this system, where a group of girls will be sitting in the izakaya, and you just come with your guy friends. Then they just match up, like set up kind of quick Gokon for you, and the guys have to pay the whole bill for the group.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's this culture too, but I personally never liked it. It's just awkward. You have to be funny, and you have to be friendly, and you have to be like really kind to everyone.
And you probably have to be kind of safe too, right? You can't be like saying some, because usually when I'm in a setting, I want to just be me,
Yeah.
But in this same kind of thing, it seems like you have to be like making safe jokes, safe personality, just like, hey everyone, what's up? Let's
Yeah.
drink.
Yeah, but sometimes the Gokon can be really fun, and there'll be like a second round where you might go to another izakaya, or
Okay.
you could go to karaoke. So
That
that's
sounds fun, yeah.
that's very Japanese, I guess. So these are more for casual but romantic relationships. But there are some people who are really desperate to have a partner to get married because there is a strong emphasis in getting married in Japanese society.
Okay.
So there are some website service for marriage hunt.
A marriage hunt service.
Yeah.
Whoa.
We call it konkatsu. Kon is for marriage and katsu is for activity. And it's kind of after job hunting, which is shukatsu. So we call it konkatsu website or konkatsu service. And you probably have to pay a good amount of money, like $1,000 to join or something. It depends on the service.
Easy there.
But
easy.
anyway, you actually have to pay the service, and you register your profile, like how tall are you, where you're from,
Income, right?
income, what your job, and what's your hobby, and stuff, all that kind of message. Then you get introduced, some profile from the counselor, or you can search the website to see any good opportunity.
So it's like a high class dating website, but you also have like an agent assigned to you kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the thing is, the people on the website is supposed to be kind of serious about getting married
Because
or
they paid
meeting.
that money.
Yeah. So it's not like meeting random people who just want to have, one night.
Casual relationships.
So actually, some people would get really desperate pretty early. Like some would get into this service like around early 20. And if
Wow,
you're around
okay.
30, then there'll be more people who are in their service.
Now, do you think that more men or women use that, or is it just kind of split equally between the genders?
Nearly
Okay.
probably, because there are lots of women who wants to marry even from young age,
Okay.
so that'll probably cancel out a lot.
Interesting. Then what about dating apps? Like we got Tinder and stuff like that. What
Yeah.
about those?
It's getting kind of popular especially around young people I heard. Like we certainly do have Tinder here, and I guess we have other services too. Like I did see advertisement on Facebook which was called like Partners, I guess.
Okay.
And
It's like Japanese Tinder or something.
I think so. And
Okay.
I did know one person who met his girlfriend through the app.
Nice.
Yeah, and he did mention that the app is getting popular around his age, which was around late 20.
Okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Anyway, as you probably sensed, there's a few aspects of Japanese culture that can be a bit awkward by Western standards or just different and interesting. We have some more of those negative aspects in a dedicated playlist called The Dark Side of Japan. Those videos can be accessed from our Patreon down below, so feel free to check out that link. And if you want to learn more about life in Japan, feel free to check out our previous episodes. We got one about why do Japanese people use chopsticks, and we got a video about can you drink in public in Japan. And as always, thanks for watching this video, everybody. Why don't you leave a comment? Let us know what you think.
Thank you.